Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So now look, now learning about the syntax or the pseudocode for that. Obviously, now this is another thing which you must memorize, memorization. The syntax, the way you write it. Okay, not the content of what I'm writing, but the way you write it is the syntax. You know that already, right? So now let's try to take the example of not rather a student, let's do a house. I would rather do a character. Let's do a character, because I love playing video games. I've been playing Plant vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. I'm going to write the name of the game if you ever want to take a look at it. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. It's a multiplayer game, online multiplayer game. If you want to buy the game on Steam, obviously you cannot pirate it because it's a multiplayer game. Then you have to wait for a sale. But never mind. So the syntax for this is, now let's create a record. The very first thing you write is type. Yep, you write it in enumerated data type, you write it in records as well. So you write type and then you write the name of the record. That is going to be, let's say, character. Right? That's it. Now you declare separate variables to contain or to store each attribute or to store each property. Um, a character is the record, and then it has its own, what do you call them, these attributes, these properties. Now in order to store each attribute you need a variable, and a variable has a data type, right? I will try my best to not sound confusing. So now that we have written the type and the name of the record, we have to write variables to store the properties or the attributes for our character, right? So I'm going to write declare, obviously, because when you try to create what a variable, then you do write declare. And the most irritating and aggravating things, which I find the most irritating, is in records you do have to write declare over and over and over again. If you've got 10 variables in here, you're going to write declare 10 times in here. So I'm going to write it a few times. Declare, declare. I think three are enough. Okay, let's say the name of the variable is going to be name, right? And now the data type for this variable is going to be string. Now look, I'm not doing anything new in here. This is something that you've already studied from A1 as well as in O levels, right? You've got your name, you've got a level, and that level is going to be an integer. Integer, obviously, all caps. Alhamdulillah. Integer. Health. That's going to be, let's write, integer. Let's just write real, a real number. And then you write and type. And then you just write and type or and record. You can write and record or you can write just and type. It's just almost going to be the same thing, I think. Let me check. You know what? Let me just check. Give me a sec. Yes, you don't write and record, you do write and type. This is the way to write. Okay. Now this is your record. This is how you make a record. So in this lecture, we finally learned the syntax and how to make a record. Now this is our record, right? These variables to store properties. And now we are going to create an instance from that. That we are going to do in the next lecture. But do know one thing. This entire thing is actually a data type, right? Record is a data type. So this entire thing is a data type. And that data type is being made from other data types, right? So you've got data types within a data type. This is why you call it a composite data type. Okay? So in the next lecture, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to learn about how to make instances. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.